Hello and welcome back to Fandom Sage Powers, where we discuss comics, heroes, villains, and parties. We are at part 13 and 14 of our X of Swords review. After arriving in Otherworld and the Starlight Citadel, the champions of Krakoa are invited to dinner by Opal, Luna, Saturnyne. They also receive some strange tarot cards in their rooms, and Apocalypse discovers that his wife is very much alive. Genesis, in fact, is possessed by this dark god, Annihilation. Now we pick up in Otherworld, where the Starlight Citadel is floating over the Crooked Market, gathering all kinds of provisions for the festivities of the evening. We see Jim Jaspers is monitoring closely the inventory and everything that's being sent up to the Citadel. Wolverine is in the Citadel looking down, watching all the hustle and bustle. I hate parties. Me and a lot of my friends are being fattened up for the slaughter. The only thing I can't complain about is the booze. It'll put the wind in my sails for the nasty bit of business I gotta do tonight at the witch's stupid party. We see that the contestants of Arakko and Krakoa have gathered in this kind of an outdoor courtyard veranda type of space where they're pre-gaming with cocktails, and Lady Saturnyne's priestesses are serving drinks and they're kind of mingling. And you see Pog Your Pog is desperate for more drinks. Pog Your Pog's throat is quenched. Bring forth libations so it be drenched. You see that Death is quite interested in Storm, it appears, and he approaches her. You are the one called Storm. I know who you are, Death. War, already seeing what's going on, she doesn't like it and has something to say. Why waste your breath on these mutants, brother? The Krakoans may put on a brave face, but I can smell the fear on them. But Storm gives her full Equinox shade. You are mistaken. It must be something else you smell. What do you... You are wrong, War. This mutant does not fear us. Ask her who she fears tomorrow, if she's still alive. I thought War would be more artful, but no, it's you. And Storm does kind of flirt back with Death a bit, putting a little flower in his ear. You're going to be a problem, aren't you? And goes over to talk to Wolverine, while Cypher, being a wallflower, tries to say hello to Bay, the Blood Moon. Avert thy eyes, soft boy. When Storm and Wolverine are talking, you see that there's some kind of understood plan that's about to go down. I know what you're thinking. I know you know. You gonna try and talk me out of it? No. Don't miss. The birds come out singing, saying that it's time to eat. Please take your card. What do I need your literature for? Pog Your Pog has tried to get past magic. Pog Your Pog's way is blocked. Make way, lest ye be knocked. Well, magic couldn't give a damn. These are your seat assignment cards. Pog Your Pog will rest where Pog Your Pog fits best. They don't have assigned seating at medieval times, and that place is nicer than this. Does that beast have a soft spot? Working on it. He's got plenty of soft spots, just none of them on the outside. And this really funny exchange is them just realizing how ridiculous this creature is. Figures. Goddess. But he is pretty tough and looks like he's going to be a problem. This guard is not edible. That monster is a moron. The Lady Saturnyne will now address you. Then we make it into this dining hall, and it is fabulous. The floor being magically spelled to be able to walk on water, so you can see like the water creatures underneath, and they can see them, and it's mermaids and all kinds of stuff in down there. It's pretty cool. Welcome to the Hall of Fallen Banners. I am your host. Tonight, the rules of parley are observed. There shall be no hostilities until the swords are drawn tomorrow. The contests will take place across the realms of Otherworld. Then we get an introduction to some of the other important officials of Otherworld. It pleases me to introduce the swords of Krakoa and Arakko to my court. And next, this is Jim Jaspers of the Crooked Market, Lady Roma of the Fae, Vesperade, Colony Queen of Hot Hive, Famine, Regent of the former Kingdom of Dryador. As we have told you, Dryador is no more. It belongs to Arakko, the first of many such conquests. And Famine is still being a jerk. Well, you may not be welcome into Dryador, but you're always welcome in my Crooked Market, where at every turn you'll find an absolutely priceless treasure. So mind your purse strings when you are our guest. May we dispense with the introductions. I do not wish to be here any longer than necessary. As you wish. Do not let the vitriol of tomorrow's contest bleed into this evening. Blood will be shed on the morrow, but tonight is for appreciating the finer things in life. Logan is trying to get a little buzz, but he's upset with Brian Braddock because she knows that Saturnyne really just wants Brian Braddock to be Captain Britain again. And more than that, she wants to be, his muffin, his English muffin. Braddock. This is all his fault. I trust this is a non-intoxicant? Yes, sir. Hey, Braddock. You're not pulling your weight on this caper. Death is on the horizon. Mortal combat is imminent. If you have something to say, Logan, maybe just say it. If it were me in this situation, a man who has the favor of a woman who's deciding our fate, I might be inclined to take one for the team and give the lady what she's clearly after. I'm a married man. Some of us take our vows seriously. Now you're being a bore, Logan. Kindly piss off. I was married once. Tricky business. You know who hasn't been married? Cypher. And he's not alone. Neither have Magic or Cable. They've yet to make that very special mistake. And when they're fighting to the death, I don't think I'll watch. I'll be watching the guy that could have stopped it. You. Yeah, he's married, so he wasn't trying to, That witch could end this right now if she just had what she wanted. Now, Gorgon and Magic are sizing everybody up. Water is right-handed. Yes, she is. That chunky dinosaur is going to be a problem. Every beast has a softness behind its armor. Death favors his left side. I think red root shrubbery may be hiding other eyes. Interesting. The thing I can't figure out, does Iska favor her right or left? Let's find out. Iska. And they eventually get around to Iska the Unbeaten. You look like you needed company. Spare me your platitudes. And I will not listen to any whining that the fights won't be fair. I've never had a fair fight. They all had to face me. You're not like the others from your island. You look like you could take on 10 swords. A shame Krakoa doesn't have more like you. Don't sweat us. We've got me. A toast. So they decide to try to test her. You could have just asked which hand I favor. Ambidextrous. Of course, should have guessed. Not a drop spilled. Your turn. There's no such thing as going low with someone from Limbo. Not a drop spilled. This will be fun. And they are left a little shook afterwards. What is her soft spot? I don't know. Kill as many as you can, as fast as you can. I fear that woman's sword will break us. Now this whole time Death has been stalking Storm. Storm? Is it me or is that bad doggy over there creeping on you? You're not wrong. He's just very curious about her. And Storm is probably honestly a little curious as well, trying to get information at least. I know what he wants. So she entertains him for a bit and approaches him and offers her hand to have a little dance. We want to have a little tango here. May I? The honor would be mine. I love this whole scene and how powerful Storm is and how she confronts death face on. You do not fear me. No. Do you desire me? Straight to the point. I admire that. The other sword bearers of your host have tasted death many times and in many ways, but not you. You're wrong. I know death. I meant no offense. None taken. I have been dancing with you my entire life. First, as a girl living on the streets, and later, as leader of the X-Men, a role that taught me how to sway death. And she takes control of this dance even and dips him. So I neither fear nor desire you, but I know you. And this is as close as I will allow you. Gives him just a sample, a taste of what it's like to be within the fury of the storm, the tempest. So I love that. And now I bid my guests please sit for the first course. My thanks to Jim Jaspers and the Crooked Market for providing this evening's delicacies. Fate has drawn you all together, but she is not unkind. Whatever may befall you tomorrow, you will dine like royalty this evening. Wolverine has been fuming all night. He's trying to hype himself up because he's trying to get Saturnyne taken out because she's about to have a lot of collateral damage. Logan, I can tell when a mind is burdened. There's no reason for you to hold your tongue. I ain't a man of many words. Pray tell, what is it that disturbs you? But he's so focused on Saturnyne, he does not notice that War, sitting beside him, is putting something in his food. It doesn't have to be like this. You can just take what you want. You don't need to create all this collateral damage. I know you have a very singular worldview, Logan. I don't expect you to understand the reasons for the many changes to come, but why don't you say what you mean? There's a lot of death ahead. I said exactly what I mean. Death is the great change, and everything dies. Lady, those are some famous last words. He goes for the kill on Saturnyne. He extends those claws, and it's a wrap.